Yo, shot that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 hit him, listen. It's Eagles talk high, let's talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles fly. Let's peak the squad. Big Pat yelling, Dante the dark job. Drop the stats on him, drop the facts on him. Spur game, baby, let's get it on.
Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to another edition of Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. Welcome. A little delay today, trying a new platform out. I know it probably looks the same to you guys on that end, but on our end, it's a little different. And we're happy to be here. Not a lot going on in Eagles Nation per se, but one of our former players has been speaking out a lot in the past 24 hours. Our one safety, Malcolm Jenkins, had to show Drew Brees, put him in his place a little bit. That's about the only thing that's going on, really, is that, and everything that's going on with the murder of Mr. George Floyd, and that is that's probably soaking up all the news. The NFL did announce that that all training camps will be held at home. No one will be traveling to their usual destinations for training camp. They'll have to hold their training camp at their own facility, and there will be no joint practices, as you can expect with the COVID-19 pandemic going on here. So I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that. As long as we get the guys on the grass so these rookies can get some grass time, I don't care where it happens. Let's just make it happen. I don't even care if fans are in the stands. Let's just see this thing happen. Yo, my co-host is out there. Pat, what's going on?
What's up, Dante? What's going on, everybody, man? This is good to be here. As you can see, it's just me and the Dark Knight. My brother's currently working, so he can make it in. But it's good to be here. I kind of miss you guys.
Oh, yeah. And, guess what we have now with this new platform? I have, boom, comments are back. Yes, they are. And Chris Feelings, the first one in the room. Let's get this show on the road. You're right, Chris. Let's get on the road. Toby was second. What's up, Eagles fan? What's up, Toby? And Christopher Burton. I knew you guys missed seeing your names up on the screen, your comments, your words. Chris Burton was in there third. Everett is saying 2020 next year ever. For somebody just not me. Go Eagles. Let's get football back and end this madness. Yes. Jay Ray is there. Oh, man, this feels so good to be able to throw the comments up there. But if you have the sound effects on you today, Pat, so if you want to get this first quarter started.
You know I want to.
You're now listening to the first quarter.
All right, so if you are new to Eagles Talk, you need to understand one thing and one thing only. We like to talk about our favorite football team, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. So when we do a shot, you do a shot. And that's at the beginning of every quarter. This show is 4 quarters long, so get ready to be litty after it's over. I'm only kidding. Look, I have to what are you drinking? I gotta go get my drink. Hold on.
Go get your drink, man. I'm
gonna
go
get my drink. All right. You talk to the people. I'll be right back.
So last week we tried this new tequila. It was made by Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock. It's called Terramana tequila small batch. It's a small batch tequila. It's actually brand new to the market. I don't know if you can see it because of the lights. It's really, really good for everybody out there who's tequila drinkers. Definitely give this a try. It's personally signed by The Rock. I could see why he took his time in making this tequila, and this is going to be my go-to for now. I'm not a tequila guy. You know, I normally get on the Jameson, or I might even do the Jack. But I had to put those guys to the side for right now, and just rock out with the Terramana tequila. And as Dante go get his drink, I just want to give him a shout out. I know you can't hear me, but for you guys know, when we started this show, it was off the heels of his regular show. was a platform talk show. It's called Damn It, Let's Talk. And he did an outstanding job yesterday with him and his co-host. And I think they need to, have that like an every 2-week thing, because there's a lot of things inside sports that people like to get off their chest, and that's a great platform for you to get things off your chest, come to a common ground, and move along. But besides that, going to the sports thing, let me pour my shot. Let me see what you guys are drinking. I don't know if I can pull the comments up. No, I can't. I can't touch the comments. Yeah, I can't do nothing with the comments. But just in the comment section, tell me what you're drinking. Like I said, I'm gonna take this small batch right here. And for you guys, I just saw a comment by Christopher Burton, and it said, if there are no fans at the games, what do you think about DJ asked that all players being mic'd up? Listen, for everybody here in this room or listen to us right now, if you played any kind of sports in high school sports, little league sports, and you didn't have the crowd of 20,000, 50,000, 30,000, 100,000 fans, the noise of the game is outstanding. Just to hear the different checks by the quarterback, to hear the checks by the linebackers, I think that'd bring so much more to the game. I think that would be so exciting, and it's just something that a lot of people don't see outside of the college sports, the pro sports. You get a different feel when you actually can hear the thud of the pads. You can hear the wide receiver per se cursing the quarterback out, or the coach getting upset at the referee. It's a different feel. But I think Dante's back because I hear him in the background. Dante, you back? I want to get this shot going, man. I think you don't hear me. You don't have the headphones on. So I'm gonna read a couple more comments. Everett said everyone is paying for the rides. Car insurance, home insurance was low. With staying home at renewal, everyone will pay for the damage no matter what race you are. Plus taxes were increased because government buildings were damaged, cops were killed and injured. Listen, I really want to get into that. I'm trying to bite back a little bit. So right now, I got Dante back here. Hey, Dante.
Yo, what up?
You got your shot?
Yeah, I got my shot.
All right, let's get this shot going because I've been holding out for a little bit, man.
All right, okay, all right. So this week I am doing the Tequila Revolucion Blanco. This is tequila I got from this is my good friend that passed away. His favorite tequila. Still has some left over. His wife was kind enough to bless me with it. And so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do tequila with you. So when you already announced what you're doing, right?
Yes, Terramana tequila. I think I'm saying it right. Terramana tequila by The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. It's a very good tequila. I think I'm going to bring this to the studio. I'm going to buy a couple more bottles.
I ain't messing with y'all. Like,
yeah. Listen, when you taste this, it's a difference.
All right. Well, let's count it down. Let's do it. Everybody, raise your drink. Let's drink. Let's get this thing out. Oh, there it is. Oh, somebody said they had 3 bottles of it. All right. Okay. Anyway,
Chris
said he had 3 bottles of it. Okay, Chris.
Yeah,
I see.
That's good stuff, man.
All right. Okay. So Chris, you're going to join us then. Everybody, raise your drink. Let me know what you're drinking out there. Everyone, down the hash. 3, 2, 1.
Woo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right.
And it's good chill. Oh yeah, that's good chill. Last week last time we was on, we didn't do it chill.
Oh, okay.
But this is really good chill.
All right. So what are we talking about now?
We're talking about what you put up there. Malcolm Jenkins checks Drew Brees, latest Eagles training camp. It's really this is a down period. Believe it or not, it's with so much that's going on within the world, with the riots, with the protesting, the march, and the peaceful protesting, and the other side of that. Far as sport wise, there is literally nothing going on. I did today. I actually looked at some more film of our first round draft pick, Jalen Rager. He's going to be a dynamic change up in our offense. I saw a comment about Whiteside. Whiteside's going to have to fight he's going to have to fight to hold a position here because John Hightower has a skill set that it equates to the NFL very well. Quez Watkins has speed, and one of the things about NFL players is that you can't teach speed. If he's able to hold his own in training camp, like I said before, Whiteside is going to he's going to have to fight for a position, and that goes the same thing with Greg Ward. Greg Ward is an unsung hero with this team from last year, but these news guys coming in, this fresh blood. I think last year we were like the 30th youngest team in the NFL, or something like 29th youngest team in the NFL.
Mhm.
This year, we're right now we're the 9th youngest team in the NFL. So we got younger very quick. And with that, with this short training camp that's about to transpire, these guys going to have to come out there and ball everybody, not just the veterans. Not only the veterans going to have to come out there to ball, but the rookies and the free agents. They want to have to come out there and show what they got very quickly. With the speed aspect, that changes the dynamic of what you have to do in a training camp.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that. Whiteside is going to be in the battle for his career, but I don't think he's got. I mean, don't get me wrong. He can't sneak up the joint. He has to come out. He has to play. He has to play well. But if he does, I think he'll get the nod over some other people just because he's a second-round draft pick. And you know how the politics of the front office go. Nobody wants to cut ties with their second-round pick. It makes them look like they don't know what they're doing. So he's going to get every opportunity to make this team as long as he doesn't stink up the joint. Yeah. So I think he'll be on. I think he'll be on the roster as long as he doesn't stink up the joint. But Rager's going to be. He's going to be pressed. He's going to be pressuring, and he may even beat him out for time, and that's okay because Rager's a first-round draft pick. So if you go by the hierarchy of draft picks, he should get. You know what I'm saying? So he's even safer than Whiteside. So if he plays up to his ability, he's going to start and he's going to get more snaps than Whiteside, and that's even before training camp starts. That's with everything being equal, of course. I mean, things can change during training camps. Rager could, play his ass off and actually start opposite Deshaun because we know Alshon Jeffrey is not going to be ready at the beginning of the year. So he has an opportunity to actually start on the other side, opposite of Deshaun Jackson, barring any type of injuries. Rager has a good chance of doing that.
Yeah, he does. He really does have an opportunity to do that because, like I said, he brings a different dynamic to the team. Not only does he have speed, he has the ability to be that running back after the catch. It showed in his tape in college and his ability to make moves and actually take on a defender, break out of arm tackles. So that for a guy that is transitioning from the college game to the pro game, that's a good thing to bring to you. Now, the thing about Whiteside that when they drafted him, they had the idea that he's going to be the Alshon Jeffrey replacement because he plays the same type of game. But he needs to really ball out. He has to show something that that his tape in college showed. Because if you go back and look at his college tape, he was a dominant receiver, not in the aspect of picking up all these yards after the catch, but he would body receivers up. He was the bigger guy. He basically had a basketball background with his family, and he touchdown on top of touchdown. That was how he scored, how he got his yards. In the NFL is different because now you have these corners that's going to be just as physical as you, and you don't have the speed to break away. So you got to come up with some other type of skills. And I think the team needed to do this year, regardless of where you're drafted at. We need to play the better athletes. We need to play the better players. So therefore, if you are a better player for this team, regardless if you're drafted in the second round, third round. First round, you're safe. Fourth round, if you're a better player for the team, I think from second round on through, your job should be in jeopardy.
Well, let me go to some comments. Christopher Burton says, one thing I'm going to like about this season, every team will be on the same level as far as no one is comfortable with each other and things of that nature. Well, I kind of beg to disagree a little bit, Chris, and especially in our division. That may ring true for the rookies that's coming in the league because none of the rookies know any of the playbooks that they're going into. But on our team, in our division specifically, I said this before, we have new coaching staffs on every team except for ours. Our team is the only one that has the same coaching staff from last year. Every other team in our division, at least Washington, New York, and Dallas, they have a new coaching staff and new systems coming in. Dallas might not have a totally new offensive system because they kept their OC from last year, but I know that the new coach has his own stamp he wants to put on the offense, so it may be a little different. But with that being said, everybody coming in has a new system to kind of try to digest in this virtual off season that's going on here, and they're probably getting a lot of classroom time, a lot of book time, but they're not getting a lot of grass time. So in that aspect, I think we have the upper hand if you look at it. Most of our team, all our team coming back, save for the rookies again. They know the playbook, with the new plays that they may institute over the offseason. That's not a lot to absorb. They know the majority of the playbook. And I think that's going to be an advantage for us, so to speak. I just disagree a little bit with that, Christopher. Just a little bit. Let me see. Toby says, who will play the slot wide receiver? Surprisingly or not, I think it's going to be Greg Ward, unless another one of those rookies just tear it up in training camp. Greg Ward is very familiar, and he earned the right to at least start the training camp on the depth chart as the number one slot receiver to me.
I'm gonna give you a surprise, and I know this quarter is winding down. Marquise Goodwin's gonna be our slot receiver.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Marquise.
It's gonna be Deshaun Jackson, Marquise Goodwin, and Jalen Reagor. Like speed plus speed plus speed. Listen, they might not have the size, but you're gonna go to a cover 3 with those guys on the field.
All right, yeah, I'll give you that one. All right, I'll concede that one. I forgot all about Marquise. All right, so let's end this quarter here.
And that's the end of the quarter.
Okay, so you are watching Eagles Talk, the number one Eagles coverage show on Facebook by Eagles fans, for Eagles fans. We're going to move into our second quarter. If you're new to the program, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. Usually we have a lot more to talk about, but it's been a little slow in the news with everything that's going on, the pandemic and the protests and all. But we don't care. We're just happy to be able to talk about football for a moment here and maybe take our minds off a little bit of what's going on there. I mean, what's going on is very, very important, but football is an escape. And our Eagles are escaped. So let's enjoy this time together. Let's start the second quarter.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
All right. So we like to talk about our favorite football team, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots at the beginning of each quarter. And this is the second quarter, and I am partaking in the tequila Revolucion Blanco. It comes straight from Mexico. And it's not bad, but I'm not killing it today. I'm just going to take half shots. I got to get up and go to work and all that. So anyway, everybody, let me know what you're drinking out there. Join us as we toast our Philadelphia Eagles. Everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. And you are drinking
the Terramana Tequila Blanco. Dwayne Johnson's tequila is from Mexico. It's gluten-free, but it's very good. It's a high suggestion to everybody.
Okay. All right. So everybody raise your glasses. Let's take this down. 3, 2, 1. All right. So let's go to some comments. Everett says he thinks Goodwin will get injured in the slot. He thinks it's a bad idea.
You know what? He's interchangeable. All three of those receivers right there, they're interchangeable. You could do so much with them. You could actually move Reagor. He has the body. He actually beefed up. And a lot of people heard this, but I actually looked at the comparison. He went to 210 pounds. So he weighed in at the combine at 200 and I think 4 or 5 pounds, something like that. And he's normally around 190 pounds, 193 pounds. He bulked up just for the combine so he could show his muscle so that he's able to play through traffic. So he did lose weight. So when he did the pro day, he was back down to his regular playing weight. So he has that ability to go from, I'm talking about Jalen Regular, from the ability to go from the outside to the inside. And Marquise Goodwin, with the speed and the skill that he has, when he's healthy, he's a very dangerous receiver. And we all know what Deshaun Jackson can give to you. He's an outside receiver. He's not a slot receiver. We know he's not a slot receiver. He's an outside receiver. His game has matured. Since he's been away from the Philadelphia Eagles, he has matured his game. His ability to run his routes a little bit more crisper with speed. It has equated to him to have a very successful career after the Eagles. Even though he has been healthy, he has added on to his speed game. Like I said, those three players by itself are interchangeable. Now, when you throw in Whiteside, I don't think Whiteside is a ideal slot receiver because he's a taller guy, and you want somebody that's not going to get beat up in the middle, even though we might think about Zach Ertz being in that slot. You want somebody that's going to be able to be shiftier in that slot position in this type of offense. And take the eye away from that linebacker or that peeping safety over the middle, so that opens up the middle. Then also you got to think about these new guys coming in. You got a lot of new guys that been on his team that may actually push for that slot position. Now, Greg Ward, don't get me wrong, Greg Ward has shown and improved that he can be a dominant. He could be a good, not dominant, but a good receiver in this offense. He's been in this offense for over 4 years. He's been in the offense since Carson Wentz came in there. So he knows the offense, and him and Carson Wentz are on the same page. But you need to put your best product on the field. And even though I love Greg Ward, he was dynamic in college as a quarterback, and he still got that ability to be dynamic as a slot. If these guys come into this training camp and improve, it's going to be hard for them to make this team.
All right, a couple comments out there. James Wall says, "Let's go! Football's back. Basketball starting back in July." Yes, it is. I like this comment. Ricky Long, because I like this guy too. Ricky Long says the wide receiver to watch is going to be Hightower. Better.
Yes.
I really do.
I agree with you. He's a 6'2" guy. He's a speed guy. Yeah. I mean, he ran a 4.43, but I'm actually talking like I'm Shelman. He ran a 4.43, but when you look at his tape, he has a different type of gear, and he has that run after the catch type ability. He's gonna be a good surprise. But don't get me wrong, Quez Watkins is the guy y'all should be paying attention.
Yeah, I forgot about Quez too. Yeah, we got some. Man, I just hope these guys develop. And like I said, man, I don't. It doesn't have to be. I mean, our hope is that all of them develop and become awesome. But if I can get 2 or 3 out of them that really make progression and take that next step, and I mean, like, put us on a level with like the Chiefs. Like the Chiefs have speed, Harmon, and all of them. They have
Harmon. Harmon is actually could challenge the cheetah for who's the fastest on the team. The cheetah said, "I don't know. I mean, you never raced." But they got some speed there, but they don't have the type of speed that we can possess. We could possess a array of speed all over the field. I mean, we can come out in a 5 receiver set where you have Deshaun Jackson, you have Jalen, you have Marquise Goodwin, you have John Hightower, you have Quez Watkins. All speed, running crossing routes, running deep routes, confusing the offense. Now, the thing about that is, again,
and they play. You know what I'm saying?
They
are
the
thing about it.
They are rookies. That's the thing. I was about to say that they are rookies, and they got to be able to translate what they did on the college level to the pro level. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. So I mean, it all looks good on paper right now, but all rookies look good on paper until they get to training camp, until they come out of training camp, until they get on the field, until they get that first hit. All rookies are awesome until you see them. You know what I'm saying? All rookies are awesome. You can make a case for each and every one of them, but there are reasons why they are drafted in the rounds that they are drafted in. So, my hope is that, if we can get 2 or 3 out of this draft that are ballers that can play, and I'm not even talking about like Pro Bowl Hall of Famers or anything like that, but like contributors and that, that can make a big contribution this year, I would be happy with that, because we have some proven ones already on the team.
Yes,
I know they're getting a little long in the tooth now, but we still have Deshaun Jackson. If he can stay healthy, he's a Hall of Famer to me. And we still have Alshon Jeffrey. I know we talk about Whiteside being the next Alshon Jeffrey, but he is far from where Alshon was at the height of his career. Alshon was a beast, and Alshon was a beast when we won the Super Bowl. So I know that he's a little, frowned upon in the locker room, so to speak, and there's a lot of talk about him leaving the team or them getting rid of him in the offseason, but it looks like he's going to be here. And that might not be such a bad thing if he can be a good teammate. That might not be a bad thing to have a talent like Alshon Jeffrey there, because he can go get the ball. He doesn't get the separation like he used to, but he can go get the ball. His catch radius is extensive, and he rarely drops the ball. So he's still a weapon. He's still a weapon. And if these young guys, if Whiteside can be 3/4 of what Alshon is in his second year, then that would be considered an improvement.
Mm-hmm. There are some comments out there you want to get to. There's a comic by Rels, who starts at linebacker versus Washington.
I don't see that.
That's a little bit up.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
So let me run down linebackers that we have so far, and then some guys that you don't even know we have: Alex Singletary, Duke Riley, Dante Alston, Nathan Gary, T.J. Edwards, Jadavis Brown. They are the linebackers that we have at this particular point. Be surprised. This name, Dante Alston. He's a linebacker out of undrafted rookie free agent from Montana. He's going to surprise some people because he has that ability to actually be a very good linebacker in this league. He just ran a slow 40, and that happens. Sometimes that happens. Your slow 40 can equate to a bad showing in a draft, or sometimes you're not drafted. T.J. Edwards, another undrafted rookie free agent from Wisconsin, he's going to start. He's going to be our starting middle linebacker. But I think what we're going to be going to, the defense is going to go to, is more or less of a more dominant of a secondary type thing. We're probably going to run somewhere in this thing of like a 4-2, a 4-2-5, like almost a nickel set. It's going to be a different type. It's going to be a different type of defense than we've seen in the past years, because we got a lot of safeties. We got some good corners, and we're going to have some guys on the field that we're going to show some sets that we never seen before in this defense. Also, Nathan Gary, Nathan Gary. Yes, he's so our 2 star linebackers right now, T.J. Edwards and Nathan Gary. Duke Riley, if we go to a 4-3 set, will be the other starting linebacker. Javaris Brown, we picked him up from the Chargers. He's a 5'11" fire plug. He gets to the ball. He's a tackling machine. He's going to be a staple on his team. He's a veteran. He's been in the league for 5 years. He's going to be a staple on his team, either as a contributor on the starting defense or in special teams. He's going to help the defense out. Now, the name to watch, like I told you, Dante Alston, but the name to watch is Alex Singleton, because he was a player in the Canadian Football League. He was the best linebacker in the Canadian Football League, and he came in here. He hasn't gotten to the starting lineup yet, but he's been a very good special teams player. And just like Ike Reese, he might get his opportunity.
All right. Okay. Let me see. Somebody. No. Where's that? Okay. James Wall said our safety Watkins is a monster. I think he means Wallace, right? Maybe Wallace. Wallace is a monster ball hawk. I like Wallace too. I can't wait to see him out there cracking people's heads. We really use only 2. This is Everett says we really only use 2 linebackers, so not sure we need more than 5 linebackers. Mm-hmm. Someone says Russ says Dante who is who I expect to play opposite TJ. Brown will be back. Will back them out with Taylor playing on the outside. Well, Rels, I I expect to be playing opposite TJ also. Because I'm in the best shape of my life, and I think I can keep up. I can cover out the backfield, and I'm laying the wood. 6'3", 245. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm running. When I run downhill, I'm wrecking stuff. So I appreciate the support, Rails. I appreciate the support. James Wall says
he ain't playing football.
Rails is very smart. Rails is very smart on top of it. You know what I mean? Christopher Burton says the LB we shouldn't have cut last season was LJ Fort. He went to the Ravens and had a good year. He did have a good year.
Yeah, he did. He actually had a good preseason with us. We respect a little bit more out of him, but he
did. He did all right. I don't even know why he got cut, really, but I don't know what it is.
You know what? I think what's going to happen is we're going to play at 3 safeties all like we did in our year debut 2017 when we had Braun and Corey Graham. I think Jalen Mills is going to play that monster type of linebacker where he's split between corner, linebacker, and a safety, just like Macolm Jenkins did. And you have Will Parks and McLeod back there at safeties. Then you're gonna rotate in Wallace. He's gonna get some things in it. He's gonna get some opportunities to play in this game.
All right, okay, Palatero. First of all, I want to know why Daphne and Rails is laughing at me. But anyway, we're going to go to Palatero. Palatero, Adrian Killen is a beast too. We haven't talked a lot about him. We talk about speed. This guy's a speed guy too. And I know he's not really big and all, but I'm kind of rooting for him. We're running back by committee, so it's no telling. He could probably still make this team with as many running backs we've been going through in the last couple of years. There's one thing's for certain: a practice squad running back can most definitely see some time playing on our team the way our running backs have gone down in years past.
You know what? I would say 100% before this year that we're going to run back by committee, but I think the feature back is going to be Miles Sanders. Then you're going to have a compliment to him, which is going to be Boston Scott, Corey Clement.
Wait, so hold up. What are you telling me? You're thinking that Miles is going to get 20 plus touches a game?
Yes.
Wow, now that's saying a lot. That is saying a whole lot.
You know what?
All right. Let's end this quarter. That's the end of the quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
I just wanted to do this little overtime real quick. Listen, Miles Sanders, when he was given the opportunity after Jordan Howard went down, this guy almost had over 1,000 yards rushing. He was at 1,600 yards total yards. He showed his ability to play this game on a high level. He was almost unstoppable. When I say Saquon Barkley and Miles Sanders mirrored each other's game, Saquon Barkley was a monster at Penn State, but Miles Sanders was a number one recruit running back when he went to Penn State. And it wasn't because he was okay. It was because he was the best running back going into college, and he was behind the best running back in college at the time. So he has the ability to be a dominant running back in this conference and in his league.
All right, okay. Let me go to some comments. The Eagles, ever since defensive coordinator Johnson left, have never valued the linebacker position, with the D-line being the beast it should be. We want speed at linebacker nickel. I agree with that, Pop.
Yeah.
And I think that's why our linebacker room is set up the way it is, and our safeties too. Because let's not forget that Mills is transitioning to a safety, going from corner to safety, and he's going to play that hybrid safety linebacker like Malcolm Jenkins did. Mm-hmm. And I think he's got the mentality for it. I think he has the skill set to do it also.
He played it in college. He was a safety in college. He was drafted.
I can't wait to see this defense, man. I'm looking for this defense, the return to the top 10, and the return to the top 10. I'll go a little further, top 5 in sacks. I want to see sacks. You know what I'm saying? I want to see, or if not sacks, because now we count Wuss stats now. Now we count hurries. So you know what I mean? Your hurries and stuff. So I want us to be in the top 5 in quarterback sacks / or quarterback pressure. Let's put it that way. Quarterback pressure. All right, come on. Let's start this third quarter, man.
You're now listening to the third quarter.
All right, so you are watching Eagles Talk. If this is your first time, then you're probably wondering why do these guys slur some of the time? Well, it's because we like to talk about our favorite football team, and we like to do so while we enjoy our favorite adult beverage. So, although we may slur sometime, we're still talking some good stuff, and we're having a good time with you guys. So this week I am partaking in the Tequila Revolucion, tequila from Mexico, and my partner is also partaking in tequila.
The Terramana tequila from Mexico by Dwayne Johnson.
I can't pronounce it, but I'm sure Christopher is going to put it on the screen again so I can see it.
Very good.
It's very good. All right, so everybody let me know. I've seen some people are drinking tequila. Some people, I put it up there earlier. I don't know. So this is going to be my last shot. I'm not doing a fourth quarter. I'm not doing a fourth quarter shot. All right, okay, here we go. So here we go. Shots up to our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. Everybody down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. All right. Excuse me. A little news. I heard Tim Jernigan supposedly failed his physical, and he's not going to be signing with, who did he go to? The Texans?
The Houston Texans, yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to be signing with the Houston Texans. Haven't heard much since I saw that story. And some people, but he's not coming back here. You don't have to worry about that. We are stout on the defensive line, at defensive tackle especially. So
we have a good guy from undrafted rookie free agent from Michigan State. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Michigan State, but Raekwon Williams, he's 6'4", 305. He's gonna make the team as the 4th or 5th defensive tackle if we do that. He has the ability to be that 2-gapper, that 1-gapper defensive tackle. He can relieve the guy. He's going to be a special project for our defensive coordinator, for our defensive line coach. But I believe he's going to make this team. In all that aspect of former players, since you brought up Timmy Jernigan, there was a report about Jason Peters maybe having the opportunity to come back to the Philadelphia Eagles if Andre Dillard doesn't pan out. I know we haven't really got about that. We haven't really talked about that. But these guys, these seasoned veterans who have been around this league for over 10 years, 15 years, like Jason Peters, who's a bona fide Hall of Famer, when they say, you know what, I want to hang my cleats up. He's been in constant contact with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's been in shape. I do believe what's going to happen in the training camp, probably 3rd or 4th week in training camp. If we go that deep, maybe the 2nd week in training camp or 3rd week in training camp, the Eagles will bring him back as an insurance policy, because he definitely can still play at a high level. Do I see him starting over Andre Dillard right now? If Andre Dillard doesn't show me anything in the first or 2 weeks, if I'm hearing bad results out of it, yes, we got to bring Jason Peters back. I'm not trying to shortchange our quarterback in the weapons that he has now by having a bad left tackle. Can he play? Can Jason Peters play left guard? Absolutely. Will he play left guard? Probably not. If your left tackle cannot be that left tackle that you need for the future, Jason Peters has to move back to his old position.
All right. Let me go to this comment earlier. Oh, what did he say? Okay. I think, first of all, Jason Peters, he does want to come back, but I think you give Dillard every opportunity to start. You name him on the depth chart, whether JP is on the roster or not, you still name him as the training camp starting left tackle. I like what Doug Peterson did in his press conference maybe a week or two ago, and where he said that Dillard will be the starting tackle. That's the confidence you have to put behind your first-round draft pick, the draft pick that you actually you picked to be his successor. I don't think that he was horrible last year. I mean, don't get me wrong. He was horrible when they threw him in on the right side, but that's not his side. No. I know you have to be a special person if you can bounce from one side to the next. It's not an easy thing to do.
It's not.
We talked about You know, we talked about Big V, and we might have killed Big V sometimes, but Big V was good.
Yeah,
and he was very versatile. He could go from left to right. Not saying he was a dominant at either one, but he was respectable at either one, and that says a lot.
Yeah.
Andre Dillard only plays left tackle. He really did not. He didn't train as a right tackle. He doesn't play that position. That he was out like a fish out of water, and you could see that. And I don't think it's fair to judge him totally on his ability because you saw him have a couple bad games at right tackle. Well, not a couple, because he only got the chance to play one. After they saw him at right tackle, they said, "Oh no, you can't do that again."
They took him out the second quarter.
Took him out of there.
The same thing happened with Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson is an all-pro right tackle, all-pro, all-world right tackle. When healthy, he is the best right tackle in the league. I don't care what anybody say. And different defensive ends would tell you that same thing. He has the athletic ability to be the best tackle, right tackle in the NFL. Period. When they moved him to left tackle when Jason Peters went down, that didn't fare well.
No, remember that didn't look good.
That didn't fare well.
So let me get to Kevin Winter's comment. What do you feel is the biggest gap we have as far as paper roster today? Defense and offense. If you covered this already, I was late. My bad. Kids needed baths. All right. Well, I'm glad you took care of the kids because we can't have dirty kids because we're known as the Philadelphia Eagles with the cleanest fans in the business. So thank you for cleaning the kids. And I mean, as far as our hygiene goes, I mean, our mouths are dirty as potty. We got potty mouths, but I'm saying our bodies are clean. So thanks for taking care of the kids, Kevin. But I think if we have any holes, I think our solid. All right, let's go position by system. Let's start on the offense. All right, so quarterback, I think we're solid. We're solid.
We're solid.
Running back, I think we're solid running back. At least if we're going to go to a feature back, we got a solid feature back in Miles Sanders and not a bad stable backing them up. Corey Clement is back. Boston Scott is back. I think they're two respectable veterans that can get the job done in a committee setting. As far as Miles Sanders, like you said, he can be a cowbell type of back. I'd be surprised if they do that, but he's that type of back. So quarterback, running back, I think we're set. Offensive line, I think we're set. Come on, we got Lane Johnson on one side, Brandon Brooks, center Jason Kelsey. He's getting up there, but he's still top notch. Dillard is the question mark, and
Isaac.
What's my man name? Sayamalu. Sayamalu is a solid guard. So I think offensive line wise, we're solid there. Wide receivers is probably the biggest question mark. Although we brought in a lot of speed here, we don't know what they can actually do.
I think we're solid. Yeah,
they look great on paper. But I would say out of all the offensive positions, that might be the weak or the biggest question mark is our wide receivers. I think we improved.
But the question was, how do you feel is the biggest gap we have as far as paper roster today? Paper roster, wide receiver, I think we're fine wide receiver. Paper. Not actually playing.
Mixed paper. With
all right, paper. I think we're fine.
Yeah, on paper, these guys are coming from
against the NFC East. We beat these guys with guys that used to work at Wawa. So I think we're good. All right.
All right. I'll give you that.
Tight end. We don't have to go to tight end.
In this quarter.
That was a short quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
Damn, what quarter was that? That was third.
Yeah, that's the third quarter.
All right, so we're going into the fourth quarter here.
All right, I got you.
All right.
You're now listening to the fourth quarter.
All right, fourth quarter, you're watching Eagles Talk, and we like to talk about our favorite football team. Who is our favorite football team? I'm 3 shots in. I can't remember who it is. I'm only kidding.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Our favorite football team is the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to talk about them, and we like to do so as we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. I'm not doing anything else, but I was doing the Tequila Revolucion from Mexico. You can only get that in Mexico. In honor of my good friend Kevin Paul Hill, who has passed away about 2 months ago.
I'm gonna need you to text that to me because when I go on my honeymoon, I'm gonna get that.
All right. Okay. So
I'm doing a Terramana small batch tequila.
You're doing Terramana. I see it. I'm putting it on the screen right there. Terramana.
Yes, by Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It's
Dwayne The Rock
actually
Johnson.
really good and it's better chilled, but it's good. Not chilled, it's good. Whatever you do it, it's actually pretty doggone. And I'm not a tequila guy. I mean, I had bad experience with tequila, but this right here, this Blanco, it's pretty doggone good.
All right. Okay. So let's do this shot. Let me know what you're drinking out there. Everybody raise your drinks and down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we got a new guy on the soundboard here. This is Pat's first time on the soundboard. And he's
That's
doing
my second time,
well.
man.
Oh, second time. Okay.
Yeah,
Doing very well. All right. So fourth quarter underway. Everett says the best way to see holes in the position is saying if the number one guy goes down, are we good or not? Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. All right, so let's continue to Kevin asked about where's the gap on offense or defense.
it's defense. It's definitely defense.
You think it's defense? And
I see it at
got a lot of question marks in the secondary with Mills having to go back there for the first time and not knowing who's going to be the cornerback opposite Darius Slay. So those are two kind of question marks. But Mills going there, we know what kind of player he is. We just wondering about his transition from cornerback to safety. That's what we're wondering about. And then I don't think that it's a big question mark. I mean, we do have questions, but I don't think. I mean, we know the players that's going to be competing for these positions. We just don't know who's. Well, we know Mills is going to end up with the spot. Probably. He's coming in as the number one. He's coming in as number one on the depth chart to start at that safety position. We don't know how it's going to play out throughout the training camp. Who's going to emerge because we got some free agents that's coming in that are pretty good. As far as cornerback, we know who's going to be competing for that other outside spot. It's going to be Jones and Maddox, and we just don't know who's going to emerge. But I don't think that those question marks are not big question marks to me. It's not big to me.
I say this: our defensive backfield is probably the strongest part of besides the defensive line. I mean, those two right now they go hand in hand. And you look at Darius Slay, you forget Nickel Roby Coleman. Yeah, this is my fourth shot, so you can have me stutter. Avante Maddox, Cravon LeBlanc, Sidney Jones. I already said this, and you said it too. Sidney Jones is going to have a bounce back year. He's going to be.
I'm telling you,
he was a closer last year. They put him in the game, and he closed the game, so he got back to that status. You got to realize when Sidney Jones was being drafted before he got injured, he's going to go in the top 10 or top 15 because he was that good as a cornerback. Now, if he can get back to that, we got a gem. We also have somebody that we don't even think about at corner. We got two guys we haven't talked about, Tremont Smith and Trevor Williams. Trevor Williams was a starting corner over with the Chargers before he got injured. He's from Penn State also. Let me go my head, make sure I throw that head up there. Yeah, from Penn State also. Then you have the one wild card we have. I'm not talking about Rasul Douglas because I really think Rasul Douglas is going to be traded. The one wild card that we have is Graylin Arnold. He wore number 1 with the Baylor Bears last year. Go back to when they played.
What's his name?
Graylin Arnold.
Where he come from?
Baylor.
All right, throw his ass in the trash can. He ain't gonna be starting nowhere.
No, he was one. Wait a minute.
Hold on.
He was 1-on-1 with Jalen Wagner, and he actually dominated that match.
Well, he ain't coming as a rookie. That's a bold prediction. That you gonna use that as your bold prediction? He's gonna come in and supplant a Sidney Jones, a Maddox, or a Cravon LeBlanc. Not yet. I'm not gonna say it may not happen down the line, but
man, listen, I had 4 shots. Anything can happen.
I know. Ricky Long says, I think starting corners are going to be Slay, Maddox, and Coleman. I think so too. Starts in the slot. I done made my bold prediction. I'm riding with my man Sidney Jones, going to be opposite the other side. He has the size. I think he bounced back later in the season with those late stops that he had, and I think he has the upper hand going in. I love Maddox too. He's a bulldog.
He is.
He has the heart. He has the tenacity. I just don't think he has the size.
You know what?
All the time.
He reminds me of I hate to say the honey badger, but he reminds me of Tyrann Matthews. He has the ability to play safety in corner and actually come up and play a little bit of linebacker, even though he's the smaller size. They're the same size. They're both 5'8".
Oh, damn, my fault.
Really?
Christopher Burton, I put his comment on the screen. I didn't know he was going in on the Dallas Cowboys.
No, you gotta put that back up there,
right,
man. It's fourth quarter. You gotta put that back up.
We're not regulated by the FCC, but yo, he was going in. Like,
I want to read that. Hold on, where is it?
all right,
you read the Rock.
Talib says, my brothers are back. I miss y'all. Let's get this season started. You're right.
Yes, sir.
And Christopher Burton said, let us know that the spirit is always there.
Man, if you don't get your Rudy Poo candy ass out of here, Dak Prescott.
The middle linebacker is the weakness.
Yes, it is. Linebacker in general is our weakness. Our defensive line is the stronger point. Is the strongest point besides tight end. Our defensive line is the strongest point of this defense. But the linebackers, because you got Nathan Gary, who was a transition from safety to linebacker, who's going to play starting linebacker. You got an undrafted rookie free agent, TJ Edwards. You got Alex Singletary, who's coming from the Canadian League. You got Jatavis Brown, who's coming over from the Chargers, who's a 5'11" undersized bullet. Playing in the position. You got Dante Olsen, who is an undrafted rookie free agent from Montana. He's actually should have been drafted. If he ran 1 second faster than what he did, if he instead of running a 4.7, he ran a 4.6, he got drafted in the first 3 to 4 rounds.
Yeah, that I was a little hungover. I couldn't get my speed up, but I'm going to come into training camp in tip-top shape. I'm gonna shave off that 1 second, and I will be out there on the field. Don't worry about it. All right, Jordan Johnson says Slay Jones, Maddox / Coleman, but he'd rather put Maddox at safety. That he's naming the starting cornerbacks out there. Mm-hmm. Slay Jones and either Maddox or Coleman in the slot. I'm with that. Pass me your drink. B Dizzle, pass me your drink.
Yeah, get this Terramana, B Dizzle, man. You need to get this, man. It's not in Philadelphia. You gotta go to if you in Pennsylvania, you can't get in PA. You gotta go anywhere outside of PA. You can get it.
All right, look. Let me go back to Ismail. Ismail says, "I'm still hopeful on Nate Sudfeld can show more potential in leading this team." I think Nate Sudfeld's okay. I really do.
He's a backup quarterback.
Finish the comment first. If needed, hope we don't cut him. He's got time with the team already. He does not get cut. You don't have to worry about that, Ismail.
You know the issue I have with Nate Sudfeld?
What?
Last year in a playoff game, he was
he would have won. Yeah, he would have. I can't help. I can't help but to think that we would have won that game if Nate Sudfeld was there. I can't help but think that. I'm sorry. I know that the old veteran, he was a gamer and all, but Nate Sudfeld, I think he would have won us that game. He was more athletic. He knows this system. He would have won that game.
I got a question for you, Dante, before you go any farther with this question.
Mm-hmm.
Clowney. If you were to sign Clowney, how would you feel about that?
I wouldn't, because I told you before, I don't like Clowney. Clowney doesn't have heart. Clowney is a clown to me. I'm only kidding. I think he's a good talent. I don't think he's worth, and that's where it gets kind of cloudy.
Dicey, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it gets a little dicey there. All right, that was a whole 10 minutes. All right, so it gets a little dicey there for me because Clowney doesn't have the motor or the heart to me or the motivation. I just see. And you talked about it. This name, Albert Hainsworth, written all over him. Like, he gets this big. If you give him the money that he's looking for, I think he's done. It's a wrap. He's not going to play up to any type of potential because I don't think he played up to his potential before this money. As a number one pick, I don't think he ever played up to that number one pick status. Yeah. So I don't think he's worth the money. Now, with that being said, if he came in here for 18, 19 million, I give it to him, bring him in, let's see what he got. But 25 and a long-term 25, and to find out that this guy is not going to play, it just seems like a bad investment to me. That's what it seems to me.
I want Everson Griffin.
Clown, he's a clown.
I want Everson Griffin.
Oh, word. Everson Griffin's a little older, right?
He's about 31, but still, he was an all-pro. He plays the rush just as good as he plays the pass. He's been a captain over Minnesota. Minnesota's been one of the top defenses in the NFL the past 4 years. He's been a captain all 4 years. I would love for us to go and get Everson Griffin and put him in the rotation with Derek Barnett and shore up that pass rush along the line where you can go 3 deep with these guys because they are all 3 of them could be monsters at any given day. And Josh Sweat's going to have a coming out party this year.
All right, so that's your bold prediction. You want to get? I'm on the Sidney Jones wagon. That's the guy I'm riding to have a big bounce back year and prove itself. Or who's your player? Who you going to get behind to have a bounce back year? And you're going to ride.
I told you Sidney Jones, but I mean, I got to rock out with my man Josh Sweat because I think Josh Sweat's going to have a breakout year. Deshaun Hall, if he actually gets some playing time, have a good time. But if you bring in Everson Griffin, you will solidify this defensive front for not only the rush, but also giving a great pass rush. Because Clowney, listen, you might have some mixed emotions about this guy. If he stays healthy, he could be a dominant defensive end, but he got to stay healthy.
He got to stay healthy. If he played with that high motor every game, this would actually be the best situation for him to come to. For real, like if he really put his mind to it, this would be like the best situation for him to come to. When you look at a Fletcher Cox and a Hargrave and Malik Jackson in the interior, all these guys command double teams, and you put a Brandon Graham on the one side and him on the other side, this would be the best situation for him to come to. Like, on lesser lines, on lesser defensive lines, he's looking at being double teamed all the time. With this front, with his line mates next to him, he may get some single coverage. He may get a lot more single coverage than he would get on other defensive lines. Yeah. So, like if he really put his mind to it, he wouldn't be bad to have. Don't get me wrong. He would not be a bad pickup. I just don't think that his heart and his motor is that high. I think he gives up too much. That's my only thing with him. Like I said before, if Brandon Graham, if Clowney's body, if Brandon Graham's spirit was in Clowney's body, I would take him 7 days a week.
You never lie about that, man.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see who's there. Ricky Long. Clement needs to stay healthy. Yes, he does need to stay healthy.
Hold on, wait a minute. That's an understatement. Our whole team needs to stay healthy.
And with that being said, we have brought in 2 medical staff people who were on some of the top teams in terms of staying healthy last year. I don't know the names off the top of my head, but I did read that. So they have made some changes on the training staff, the physical staff, and hopefully they can incorporate. I told you we need, this is the only time I like to mention this name, but we need Chip Kelly's training staff. Those guys stay healthy when they were there, drinking all those smoothies and putting the monitoring devices on them when they went to sleep and stuff like that. We need that back here. Save that. Nothing else from Chip Kelly do we need. Never. Nothing else.
Hey, man, listen. Without Chip Kelly, there's no Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're right. Without Chip Kelly, there's no great return of Howie Roseman because he came in and he was focused.
Hey, before we close, is Shady coming back?
No, hell no. Shady.
We got some good running backs, man. We got Michael Warren, we got Corey Clement, Miles Sanders, Adrian Killins, Mike Chambers, Boston Scott. We got some good running backs, and it's going to be a good thing to see. But I do think they bring Shady back before the beginning of the season. That's my goal.
Yeah, I think that now maybe if we have a couple injuries, a couple guys go down in training camp, he will be considered after that. But hopefully, I'm hoping that nobody goes down. I'm not crazy about Shady. I loved him when he was here and all that, but his off the field issues kind of scared me. I'm just scared of him. But anyway, Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And for a week that we didn't have much to talk about, we sure did find a lot to talk about. So
Yes, we
that
did.
just proves our love for our Philadelphia Eagles. We miss football. We can't wait for it to start. I can't wait for training camp to start. But I'm not going to rush it because my new furniture for my deck comes tomorrow. So I want to enjoy summer before football comes around. So you know what I'm saying?
Well, let me do something before we go any farther because we missed this.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, so that's the end of the quarter, man. We're out of here. I'm your man. We're in the studio next week. I'm in Philly. I'm coming back to Philly. Ooh, wow, I'm coming back to Philly.
Are we wearing masks? Are we going to wear masks?
But wow, what a drive. All right, so I'm coming back to Philly. You guys stay safe out there. Yes. I mean, with the coronavirus and the protests and rioting, if you are going to participate, please stay peaceful and stay safe out there. And we will see you guys next week. I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight. For my co-host, Pat Sandlin, we'll see you guys. We're out. Peace.
Peace.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback, crack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hey, hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 hit him, listen. It's Eagles talk high, it's talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's peep the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on him.